The only problem with that engine is that it's still in the back of my truck. Also that it doesn't run, but both of those things are gonna be fixed today. We are at Texas Speed and Performance. I'm here with Seth. What's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Going good, going good. So, Seth, I broke my engine a little bit.
I saw some video footage of this happening.
But it was, I mean, Cletus actually told me to not use truck tires on the back of my El Camino because it makes it way harder to burn out. So, like, it made the engine, like, for one, it's just way harder on it to have that much more rotating mass. But also, like, there's so much more tread. We had to burn out for, like, probably an extra 2 or 3 minutes that all the other cars didn't have to. So we ask a lot of the engine, and I think we got it too hot.
Yeah, she may have a lack of cooling on the vehicle as well. So
we didn't.
Something to look out for.
Yeah, we didn't have an oil cooler, and now we will. But you guys were nice enough to invite me back and say you're gonna fix it.
No problem, man. Yeah, we'll get it rebuilt in no time, get it back in the El Camino, and get
Sweet.
that thing burning out better than ever.
Heck yeah. So we're at Texas Speed. I've never been here before, so we're gonna go ahead and take a little tour with Seth right now. This is your engine room?
Yep, exactly. So once everything's all cleaned up, machined and everything, it's brought in here for a final assembly. So they'll do the rotating assembly over there, kind of short block it over here, and then it comes over here to Rodney Pope, the lead engine builder. And he finishes up the long block, you know, the front drive, if it's got a blower on it, like this engine here.
Yeah, look at that.
Gone through and get it finished up, buttoned up, and this is where your engine was built right here. So.
Sweet. So all LS's?
LS, LT, and we're getting into the Hemi stuff some. We got heads, cams, stuff like that. But yeah, so you know, we manufacture a lot of stuff here in house, the cams, the heads, all that stuff. So we just have a big advantage on a lot of people because it's all here in house from the individual parts all the way to a fully finished turnkey blower engine. You know.
But LS's are your bread and butter, it sounds like.
Yeah, LS
Sweet.
and LT for sure. The
Gotcha.
LTs we're fully deep in that as well. So.
Yep. Here is my broken 416 LS.
Still looks pretty, so I'll give it that. There's no holes in the block.
Yeah, that is good. That is good.
That. So.
There's no new vent holes, but I think that's probably, I mean, how often do you see something like that?
No, not very often. That's a telltale sign that this puppy was extra hot.
Yeah, that is a temperature sensor. This thing's made to get hot, and we melted it. So we cooked her pretty good.
We'll get in there and see what else is melted too.
Cool. We got our intake here. The whole long block and everything is there. So they're going to start tearing into that, figure out what I broke, what I didn't break, and then build it better. Are we doing any fancier stuff? We get any more horsepower out of this thing?
Yeah, we'll definitely look into it. Of course, you know, we always want to go bigger every time you're putting it back together. So we'll take a look into it, see what parts are in here, what we could find around the shop to maybe spice it up a little bit.
Speaking of, geez, this is crazy, making my warehouse look tiny.
Well, we got a new one in the works.
Really?
A couple months we'll be out of this building and into one twice the size.
Sweet. So, and you also do some manufacturing here as well, parts and everything.
Yeah, we'll get back into the machine shop here. So all of our cylinder heads, the PRC line, all the Texas Speed cams and Texas Speed intakes and all that, it's all manufactured here in house. The castings for the heads and intakes are all poured here in the U.S. and then we finish it out here and everything.
Sweet.
We'll see all that going on here.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a good example here. So this is some of the raw castings as they come to us from the foundry. So we've designed this all here in house and everything, worked with the engineers, and this is the raw finished product. So you can see we like to cast the American flag in there. A little extra patriotic action there.
A bunch of them, I like it.
Yep. So then it'll go from here through multiple CNC processes and become the finished product. These here are the Gen 5 LTX heads.
Gotcha.
Yep, we got the intakes going over here. This is all bleed over from the machine shop into the warehouse. We're just so out of room, so So this is what we got going on over here. Most of the intakes are taken care of here, and then we start getting into cylinder heads and then into the main machine shop.
Awesome.
So this is where all the development goes on. You know, it's obviously easier to pull cams and swap heads and everything right here on the engine.
All out in the open.
Yep, exactly. So we're always swapping engines in here. Podak's always got something going on, and looks like got an LS back on it now.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, this is a dyno, right?
Yep, yeah, exactly. Full engine dyno. So it actually uses water as resistance. So there's a huge tank outside, super flow.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's where it gets its resistance and puts the load on the engine and everything.
And we were just talking about this engine before I turned the camera on. They're hoping for around 750 horsepower out of this.
Yep.
NA.
Yeah, exactly. So this is NA engine for our red 4th gen race car. So just trying to get it back together, running good, and get some passes down the track. It's been quite some time for that car. So.
And y'all do a lot of racing on your own.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 or 6 race cars, and we're
Yep.
racing all the time for sure.
Epic. Have you ever done a burnout? Like competition?
Yeah. Not burnout competition.
Yeah, you need to enter in one of those.
Yeah, we may have to build a burnout car. We've looked around the stable a couple times, but everything's a little too pristine.
Yeah.
Out there. So
But it's hard on the cars and the engines. I don't know if I've told you.
Yeah, I think we may find that out later when we do that. All the machining pretty much done in here. So this is all customer supplied head castings here. That gets down into our own PRC casting. All CNC 5-angle intakes and radius exhaust valve jobs done over here.
All these machines are working right now.
Yeah,
They're all on and cranking. So like, what's happening right here?
Porting, it looks like the intake port.
Oh, that's porting?
Yep, it's going through and doing it. So this will be like a customer casting.
That's so cool.
Through and porting.
So this, a customer brings you a head, is that what you're saying? And they say, I want you to port it to these specs, and you can do that.
They bring it in and tell us, exactly what port program they want on it.
Gotcha.
We go through it, we clean them up. We also cut most of the surfaces. They look pretty much brand new when you get them back.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha. Piles of heads everywhere.
So the raw casting here, obviously there's no bolt holes or anything, so it's got to be held on by these gears in the jig here. So pretty much get it all ready. This jig will hold it
Clamps it down.
And then, exactly. And then you can flip around and it can cut and be loaded at the same time.
Crazy. Yeah, I didn't even notice. There's there's not holes for anything.
Exactly, and then so this would be what the process after. So it's got the holes cut, all that. It can now be bolted down, and the ears can be cut off.
So it goes in like this, and it comes out like this.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
So they would have had to hammer these bronze guides in at some point, but yes, this is basically step 1.
Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's like all these cooling holes and everything.
Yep, exactly. All that stuff gets cut out, the seat pockets, all that kind of stuff, and then it'll go from here, get the seats, get the port work done, all that stuff.
Wild.
We grind all our own cams here in-house, one of only a couple companies in the country that do them all ourselves here in-house. So these are 2 of the most state-of-the-art grinders on the market. And so every TSP cam comes right out of here. From the quality control, we control every aspect of it. So it makes it nice, and we're held accountable to every bit of it, and we hold our standards very high.
Whoa! And a new cam is born.
Exactly, fresh made right out of the nest.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you can see this is the wheel that does all the grinding here.
Yeah.
So obviously brings it over to it. It's just crazy how fast it can do it and how precise.
That is so crazy. Check it out, guys. I found the coolest guy in Texas Speed. Looking good, man.
Thank you.
Your name's George?
Yep.
Very nice to meet you, and you're the handsomest guy in this whole shop.
I bet.
So all the blocks and everything are taken care of over here. Over here we got the Centroid machine. They do most of the boring, the drilling for 1/2-inch head studs, all the block prep and everything, and then they'll get pulled out. And a lot of the final stuff's done over here. The final honing, align honing, rod honing, that kind of stuff. And then once it's all prepped up, back to the engine room.
Sweet. So Seth, this is a cam polisher now?
Yep, after it's ground, they bring it over here, and this puts a fine finish on it, smooths it up.
That's cool. So you saw the cam being made in the other one. Now it's just doing the final touches, getting it all pretty and shiny and smooth.
This is where we do the rotating assembly balancing as well as building the race cars. So
yeah.
we just rebuilt this one. This won the street car class at Texas 2K. So it went a 7.2, high 180s, low 190s, something like that. So we rebuilt her, put some new heads on it, stuff like that we're developing here. You can notice those valve covers. If you know LS's, there's something a little different going on there.
Yeah. And what kind of horsepower you think this thing's making?
This thing on, all the boost is, definitely up in the 1700-ish range.
All the boost.
Which is what we gave it at 2K for sure.
So cool.
Yep, for sure.
So cool. Yeah, it looks mean too.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get this one back out and see if we can get it into the 6s.
Perfect burnout car too.
Yeah, hey, we may have to talk them into that. If they saw this rolling into the burnout, yeah, I think we could just count my job.
Yeah.
But, this one we're kind of bringing back 4th gen. Anybody that's followed us for a long time has seen this car, kind of where it all started.
Yep.
Bringing her back to life.
Sweet, dude. So I gave the Texas Speed guys a broken LS and they're giving me a broken LS, so it's a fair trade. Couple broken LSs. So this is a aluminum block LS, and this is actually an LSX, which is a what'd you call it? It's iron, but it's like
very dense.
a dense iron block.
LS blocks available.
Crazy.
Interesting to see how just how strong.
Yeah, so we're gonna take those things to Demolition Ranch and see the difference in a aluminum block versus an iron block, if you know what I mean. They gave us a couple heads to shoot as well. The dudes at Texas Speed were awesome. Thank you guys for your time, and thank you for looking into what I broke on my LS. And we should have word back in the next few weeks, not too long, on what's going on and what we are going to do to fix it. And then we will make the best burnout car ever. For those who don't remember, Indianapolis Cleetus & Cars was the largest Cleetus & Cars there has ever been. And I won the Burnout Rivals competition. And the king must continue his reign. Okay, I'm actually going home right now, and you guys did so great on the trip up here, I don't want to bore you with the trip home, so I'm gonna let you guys teleport home. Oh, I got the poo on me and on my new pants. Where did that even come off? Welcome to Demolition Ranch. Here you go, Tree. You can have a little bit of grease here. Welcome to Demolition Ranch. Now we got some new Targets over there at the HQ. While we're at Demolition Ranch, I wanted to show you guys something that's very cool, something we wanted for a long time. This is the range, obviously, the beautiful Demolition Ranch range. And we added a little something to it. Look at that. So this was actually built by Brandon from CB Welding, who's done all of the cool welding projects that we've ever had. I get Brandon to come do them. So I was like, hey, can you build me a little pavilion? And he was like, for sure. So this is, I mean, actually, it's so nice. This is gonna be awesome. For any rainy days, which sometimes we come out here and we want to film something and it's raining, and if it's pouring then we probably can't do a video, but if it's just raining a little bit we still can. It's just super annoying. Like, it actually makes the videos look really cool because like it's overcast and so the lighting's really neat and like everything's kind of glistening and like the videos look awesome when it rains. So I love the way it turns out, but I hate filming in the rain because my pew-pews are getting rained on, my cameras are getting rained on, and like I'm getting rained on, and it just is not fun. But I was like, what if we have some sort of pavilion where we could pew from right here at whatever we're pewing at, and our pew-pews wouldn't get rained on, our cameras wouldn't get rained on, I wouldn't get rained on, but the lighting would still be, impeccable. So this is something I've actually thought about doing for probably 3 years, like having some sort of pavilion, and we just haven't done it until finally I was like, hey Brandon, help me, man. So he did it. It's awesome. There's something else out here at Demolition Ranch that I need to show you that's awesomer, morally awesome. It's good. A meteor came, it was crazy, just this giant meteor came from the sky and went boom, and I was like, what is that? And I came out here and then we just got this crater left. It's insane. Where'd the meteor go, you ask? I don't know, but that, like, okay, hear me out. The craters on the moon that you can see in pictures, why do they not have meteors in them? If a giant rock from space hit them and it made a big hole, why is there not a big rock? Just saying, the moon's not real. Here's what I actually have to show you. We have been doing a ton of work to the proposed new and improved Demo Ranch HQ site. Prepare to be amazed. This is a little bit crazy. Everyone, take your seats. You're gonna be amazed. how much we got done. I put my bike over there for scale just so you kind of see how freaking enormous this spot is. We had to actually dig down pretty deep because it's all super soft brown dirt here. Not ideal for putting a building on. That's where we all got stuck in the mud right there. So there's going to be a lot of thought put into drainage, getting water away, and then building the building up. We dug down deep, got a lot of the brown dirt out of the way, which was that giant pile over there. And then we're gonna bring a bunch of base in and then put a bunch of big slab in. We're gonna make it tall so that water won't mess with our foundation. And then we're gonna make some rivers going in different directions instead of right here. This is gonna be the best building ever. I have so many big plans for it. I will slowly unveil them to you a little at a time. Thanks to Texas Speed for taking me in today and helping me out with the old engine. That's gonna be wild. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Whoa! Oh.
Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.